So ever since the ideology that controls all three branches of government somehow also became the counterculture, a bunch of farther right people have been trying to use social media platforms to promote their ideas. One of the ways they are doing this is through Instagram. So I figured let's look at some conservative Instagram accounts. The first one we're going to look at is called The Typical Liberal. You can already tell it's going to be a funny romp of memes. I like how what these people consider to be the losing party has won the popular vote 80% of the time this century. Kinda makes you think. Just a reminder, Donald Trump is the same man whose healthcare plan will kick 22 million people off of insurance, and has sold weapons to Saudi Arabia, which gives them to ISIS. I don't really think that's treating America well. Oh, here's some anti-minimum wage apology, which basically can be debunked by the simple fact that they're still working a full-time job and not getting a living wage. True, it is possible to seek raises or better employment, but that used to be, much easier back when we had factory jobs before neoliberal ideology like NAFTA. Which is something I disagree with, and I assume most people do too. Basically, the job landscape back when it was acceptable to not have minimum wage be a living wage was so different that at this point bringing it up is downright irrelevant. Now on to our second account, the Unapologetic Patriot. Also, Instagram makes it particularly hard to just save an image to your hard drive, so I had to take a screenshot of all of these pages instead of, just showing the image itself. That's why you haven't been seeing the image, but instead just Instagram. You know what I mean. Trump has also been under FBI investigation for ties with Russia in the past. What's your point? So, Ben Shapiro wants to deny the right to protest to people. Now, what he is saying is technically true, however, the colleges that he is attempting to speak now on are private property, meaning the owner of said private property can say, I don't want you here. That is what private property is, Ben. Of course, Ben Shapiro doesn't seem to know this because instead of free speech, he wants consequence-free speech, where no one ever questions him, but, that's just obvious. Because free speech is dangerous. Did I mention how much I love free speech? No. You see, the rational position is that it does represent all Democrats, but it doesn't represent all gun owners. That's a totally more rational position than, it just represents that one individual, which would make actual sense since he's the only one who did it, but, we can't have that. I genuinely don't think anyone watches any of these people because their opinions are so original or clever or anything. No, they watch them because they find these people funny. That's it. Seriously, that's all. Well, if you hate regulations so much, then enjoy your black lung. Hey, any of you guys remember the protests that the Tea Party had when Obama was elected and inaugurated in 2008 and 2009? As well as their continuing protests throughout all of Obama's first term? Yeah, well, these people seem to not, because it goes against their narrative. Now let's look at our last Instagram account today, conservative.patriot. But I thought people needed guns because, police weren't always by default trustworthy. In case they didn't become trustworthy, we could fight back and have a revolution. Just saying. That every other modern nation has implemented successfully, but, keep ignoring that. Or those who are working but, can't afford things like health care due to the fact that minimum wage is not enough for them to survive on. We could fix this by, say, making minimum wage a living. Oh, wait, you guys are against that, too. I swear, it's like every time a solution to a problem comes up, you guys just don't want to have that solution. Just doesn't make any sense. I mean, they dare to bring their dislike of the president to a hyperbolic extreme. Again, look at the Tea Party example I gave earlier. They were holding signs up that implied that they wanted to hang Obama, but that was fine because they were Republicans, right? These people do know that doing that would cause a large amount of death towards innocent people, right? Not everyone in the Middle East or in any area where ISIS is a part of ISIS. And because of that, nuking them would basically be killing a good amount of innocent people, even if we did kill every ISIS member. So, oh, or do you just not care about that fact? Yeah, it's been more than 30 days and ISIS still hasn't been defeated. Just saying. Am I the only one who finds this image funny from a group of people who complain that liberals are too violent, yet they are saying when a liberal disagrees with them, they look like they're about to commit an act of violence? I don't know, just find that amusing. Who wants to bet this guy is yet another person who doesn't know the difference between socialism and social democracy? How much money are you guys willing to put on that? For the record, these aren't even like the only 3 or something. When I was actually going through posts from these accounts, I found at least 20 that were tagged on multiple different occasions. I could do another video on this topic. But these 3, just none of them made any sense. None of their points were logical. It's just wrong. And that's it. I'm Ephrom, and good night.